Anyway, speaking of Chicken Man, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, in the red drones, one of Chicken Man's favorite Zergs, give it up for Dark in the red. I had to tease. And his opponent in the upper right, he's Deal. Give it up for Ashbringer. Playing as a Protoss. Little PVZ. ZVP. I am not muted now, though. But thank you for the heads up in a daze. Chad, we will get through this. Hopefully I'll wake up a little more here. Got the coffee brewing. Snuck a little some under the cup. And what the fuck is floating in my coffee? That can't be good. Alright, anyway, I'm drinking it anyway. Fuck it. Alright, we do got a game here. And it is going to be a tired cast. Figured you'd appreciate that. Mosquito. Nah, it's like, I think I forgot to rinse this cup out, and I used it earlier, and it had, like, dried, like, creamer remnants in it, or some shit. Yeah, it's kind of gross. Yeah, I'm sure I'll live. Anyway, you know, Dave just being classy as ever as we're casting this game, or pretended to. Let's talk about the game, though. We got going on is a forced triangle, third base. The triangle third was forced as the natural for Dark, which he may just use as his advantage. Dark being Dark, I'm sure we have a chance of seeing some aggressive Zerg gameplay. Non-dairy should be fine. Oh, it's full dairy creamer. It's full dairy creamer. It's not like half and half or milk. It's like the fake crap you get. But still. Yeah. Shit happens, you know? And I just ate Taco Bell on top of it. So suffice it to say, much like the possibility of an aggressive play from Dark, I think we're going to see some aggressive action in my toilet. But that's neither here nor there. Alright, we do have the first adept going out for a scout from Ashbringer. Playing very standard against Dark, more or less. Oh, Dark getting 2 lings in. Dark, yeah, he's going to use it to scout, but it's Dark. He's going to be able to do, like, maximum damage with 2 split lings, because he's a madman. And metabolic boost is on the way. Oh, well, Ashbringer's going to go a little crazy on this round, but yeah, one of the adepts is going to shade back here. And I'd say these Zerglings have been well worth it. Alright, that was a little better reaction from Ashbringer. Little unlucky from the A-man here, Mr. Ash. I like that he's going Void Ray, though. Dark is pretty aggressive, like I said, as you all know. Most of you should know. Don't you know, eh? Yeah, we have a Void Ray opener. And I think it's because he's thinking there's going to be something more aggressive. But he's also... It's actually worth it if he gets 2 Overlords, and Dark has them both right here. Void Ray opener, there's a lot of people that still don't hate him now just for that reason alone. But when you're playing against a cheeky or more aggressive Zerg like Dark, it's not a bad idea. And, yeah, he's gonna go chase down the other one, I'm sure of it. I hope! I always gotta look for that other Overlord, just in case. But yeah, it's still relatively standard. It's going to be a little delayed third, which I don't really hate that much. Dark's got his nat down. As you know, Dark can play the late game too, though. Usually against Protoss, he doesn't want it to get there. He's just, he has so many sick builds and styles. But yeah, he's got the 2 Ovies. If you're lucky, you get 3 Ovies. But that usually supplies a lot of Zerg. What's crazy about Dark is he's not even supply blocked after... He would have been temporarily. I was not paying attention, admittedly. We spaced it. And we got a Twilight coming down for Protoss. So this is actually a really delayed third base now. If Ashbringer is going for it. He is. He's playing a little whimsically. He's trying to play safe, but the problem is once you start allowing Zerg to get a good economy, go, what the deuce? Are we watching a Dave build? Guys, the Twilight went down. I didn't even talk about it. There was no research going on. We do have a Dank Shrine. It's Void Ray, Oracle into Dark Templar. With no robotics facility. And the Adepts are kind of there to debate. He's got 4 Adepts postured. This is some game in here. All right, Oracle trying to get some damage. He's not gonna. He's gonna get a rev tag, but did take a little bit of haul, so not really too worth it. Wouldn't hate him to just use it for some information, but it's not looking too crazy from Dark, other than the fact that, you know, he's not rushing to third base. What is crazy is Dark's going for a Spire. Oh my goodness. Glial Reconstitution, Corruptors, we got the Spire. Dark doesn't have the most information. He just sees the third base. He saw there was a Void Ray opener. He did get great early pressure on. Got some probes. Got 2 probes and a lot of lost mining time and a delayed third. He's feeling good there, I'm sure. But we do have a +1 on the way with charge for Mr. DT. Alright. Dark going for his 4th just now, but it's just kind of how Dark plays. He gets to a certain spots, he'll delay it a bit, and he's still going to macro up somehow. Or just going somewhere else. But these DTs are going to try to get their way out. Make their way across the map. Dark obviously has his lair. Does he have any Overseers? He does not have any Overseers just yet. And will the DTs be able to snipe this base? If you time it out right, you could potentially get a kill and not a cancel. Just let it finish and get in, but being that layer is done, it's kind of a risky move. That said, there's no Spore in the natural. Alright, Dark, does he notice this? He's got 9 mutas on the way. Wait, why is he hitting the net? Go for... He's not scouting or anything. I kind of don't hate it. There's going to be 2 transfuses, which may just save this. The DTs are going to be trapped. He might be able to morph them into Archons. Okay, he's going to recall 3, sacrificing 1, trying to move in, gets 3 out. That is totally worth it. 1 DT for a hatchery, I'd take that any day. Saving the 3. It does cost him a recall, though. And this is a ballsy. I don't like this. I would like Archons, but he didn't get any scouting. The Muta's going to go across the map. We have an Oracle, a Void Ray, and charge lots with DTs. We needed some Archons, maybe a Phoenix. He needed to start the Phoenix production at the least. Maybe some static defense. A shield battery and a Void Ray is not going to cut it here, folks. DTs are going to come in trying to get the Spore. But realistically, we need to take care of these Mutas. They're doing God's work over here. This guy likes trying to kill hatches. I would have rather he killed workers. A hatchery's 300 minerals. Sure, it takes time to build. But at the end of the day, he could have cleaned up... He could have done God's work in the natural. Well, that said, look at Dark. He's so good at defense. Dark actually just transfused the shit out of those coins. Like, I feel like anybody else would have, like, totally just been bodied by the Zealots with the +1 timing. That said, Muta's gonna continue to do some damage. Shield battery's actually coming in clutch. 26 workers fallen for. Our Protoss is not the greatest, though. He's only taking 5 drones out. The Void Ray trying to get work done, which is hilarious. He's just gonna totally lose it. And Mutas are gonna come and finish the job. That said, what a banger. This is a weird one. It's a crappy game. I feel like Ashbringer could have done some other decisions, to say the least, but he still plays pretty goddamn well. Going for the hatches is not always the best bet. Yeah, imagine if he caught the Spire, guys. Yeah, that's the thing. Had he went right for, if he poked around, he could have got some drones and went right for the Spire. That would have been a bigger catch, because the Spire ultimately did more damage. Not the Spire, but the fact that he got muted did more damage, and you know, it's a costly investment to kill that kind of tech for Zerg. That said, it's a 4-base Dark versus a 3-base Ashbringer. And all I know, guys, is we have 2-base games. It's a lot of Blink Stalkers. Well, I would say Blink Stalkers, but we don't have Blink. All right, Stasis Ward, a little underwhelming, but it does get at least a couple Roaches and a Ravager with those 2 Lings. But unfortunately, it's a little bit of an anti-timing. Again, without Blink, the Lings are going to be able to trap the Stalkers potentially. There's not a lot of them right there for now. But the overwhelming number of Roach Ravager is going to take down Ashbringer. Dark's going to take game number 1. Love to see it. The scrappy Protoss versus Dark. That was actually a pretty cool build. Like, I really feel like if Ashbringer even split the DTs, right? If he poked in 3 different positions, he could have got all the workers. He could have forced a cancellation on the 4th. He literally saw it building. Or if he went for the Spire and drones. I think that would have been a better call. Oh, yeah. That would have been a little bit better of a call, I think. But still, Ashbringer played pretty well. He probably felt a little scared playing against Dark. Again, sadly for Mr. Ashbringer, these do be elimination matches, and this one is a best of 3. So it's possible he, like Koss, could go the way of the wind, the shit wins, you know. Guys, we're gonna have to remind me sometimes to add multiple themes on this though too when I'm laddering. Like I'm thinking there's 2 on here that probably should go on every time. All right, anyway, he is up a point. Spawning the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Sister and representing Dragon Kitesy Gaming. Give it up for Dark. And his opponent in the upper right, He's Steel. Give it up for Ashbringer. The underdog. Versus, you know, basically former ass kicker in premier tournaments, current ass kicker in premier tournaments, winner of KSLs, Mr. Dark. And guys, again, this is the Online Sports Championship, !OSC. If you type it in, I should actually put it on a timer. I think I might have one already. If you guys want to consider becoming a member to OSC Elite, it starts out at $5 a month, but what's beautiful about this is players are awarded points for playing in tournaments like, well, when I have some KSLs one, there's plenty of events. It formerly used to be Exxon Cup and Psystorm Open. The Cranky Ducklings, I believe, are some. The Cock of the Walk, the Chicken Man Testa Opens, any tournament I host that's not a random weird one that's announced. You know, I have a lot of pop-off tournaments, or used to, I still will. Are awarded points, and if there's after a certain dollar amount, one guest pass is awarded sometimes, thanks to the graciousness of Eddie and OSC. But these points go toward OSC tournaments like this, and this is mid-season playoffs. But there's tens of thousands of dollars that go back into Starcraft, so it's like an extra chance for players to make money. And they've been around for a long time, so take a look. There's been much money put out there in OSC. You want your stuff to have points? Well, you have to have, there's certain criteria. I think at times Legion Cup and stuff had points, but ultimately in Vulcan Cup now, as it is for the moment, we were here to watch them form. Yeah, you've been around for a minute. You've been around for a minute, Daemonium. But, I think there's certain... there's certain things you gotta do. One thing's reach out to Eddie, but it's basically announcing things. Eddie's pretty based in having certain dollar amounts and stuff. Alrighty. That said, this is looking like a pretty standard game. Dark for Dark, it's a pretty early third hatch. Is it going to be a standard game though, or are we going to see some shenanigans? I'm surprised Dark isn't setting another Overlord earlier. He's just going right for the scout. I kind of like this out of Dark. Ashbringer going for the proxy Oracle, but Dark's went for this early. That's so crazy. So Ashbringer could be in some trouble here. He is getting a Stalker out, and he decided not to chrono boost it. He's pushing with the 2 Adepts. So Dark Scout's nothing in the main. He's got to know something's up, so he's sending his Overlord over to this side of the map. Yeah, he's going right for the Spore Crawler, but that said, look at how early the Oracle is. I like this out of Ashbringer in some ways. In other ways, not so much, mostly because, oh my god, he's actually going to get some decent drone value. Go for it, Ashbringer, you're committed. Run away. Oh my god, he survives. That's 4 kills. with just 7 HP left. Not the greatest pickoffs, but considering that's against Dark, that's actually pretty impressive. This is a double gas Protoss now. He's gonna lose his he's gonna lose that Stargate eventually. It's certainly gonna be depowered, and he's gonna lose a pylon, but other than being supply blocked, he got the damage he wanted for a little early. Probably not as much as he'd hoped. But that's neither here nor there. What is here and what is there? Oh, was it the Adepts? No, the Adepts did Jack Diddley. So the Adepts were intercepted by the Lings. The third base is not going down for our Protoss player. The Twilight and the 2 gates are going to be scouted. And there it is, guys. It's going to be a Mortal Archon Charge Lot on 2 bases. Not even a Mortal. This is going to be a Charge Lot Archon on 2 bases. Dark is going to want to read on this. This is really weird timing. And I don't think we're going to get too much more out of the Oracle. This is a bit of a gambit play from our Protoss player. I kind of like these on a 3-base build when you go for these follow-ups, but this is going to be interesting, to say the least. Dark going for melee and Lings, though. All right, so no Forge behind this for Protoss, which can make this a little terrifying. The Adept's going to shade over. Looks like he wants to try to take a later third, but he could just be debating Dark. Shade is going to complete. That said, the War Prism's pushing out, and that's a bold move. He's going right to try. What? Why? Hello? Ashbringer? Ashbringer? No! Well, that was question mark. Hello, Ashbringer? Ashbringer? Alright, if we didn't... Sorry, guys. My hand... my hand just mysteriously moved on its own. It was my mouse pad. I just slipped because... if he didn't go for a warp... Like, the Lings were right there. He could have actually hit a couple Lings and Warp Prism microed the Adepts. Oh my god, that's a disaster. Feeling bad, man, for Ashbringer, but Dark's going into a 4th hatch. This is a game where Dark's playing standard. He's like, I don't even have to do anything crazy. But Dark's knowing Dark, he's probably just gonna, he's gonna probably max out here pretty soon on this drone counter. They're close to, and just go Roach Ling, and vroom vroom across the map. This third is not going down. I would have liked to seen some stasis wards or something. The Archon's desperately trying to do something, but there's so many Lings coming. There's going to be a lot of Roaches in a second to intercept. Like, already they're right here. They're coming. The Queen's coming behind it. Archon's good unit and all, but I don't think it's going to matter. This third base. Again, no stasis wards. A cheeky stasis ward with the Oracle out of position to hide it would have been clutch. And it's... Oh, nice cancel, though. Said cancel, but it's looking grim for our Protoss player. Dark's droning behind this. What a hard flex. His army supply nearly double our Protoss player. He's got an upgrade advantage. He's going into +2 melee. Glial Reconstitution. Probably going to finish up here somewhere in this, but he's just going to keep pressure with the Lings. I do like the fact that Ashbringer did cancel his third, though. Yeah, exactly, Gene Sim. As if people need a warning for Dave. I guess they do sometimes. Just complying with terms of service, Gene Sim. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I guess Ashbringer's like, well, guess we're all in, boys. Look at this, guys. The OSC stuff right here. Bam! Right on the map. Let's go. Alright, I did choose the right mod file. I was worried for a second. Well, they have different stuff for vulgar language and different things, but yeah, I don't think you're that bad, Gene. Even if you swear a bit and stuff, it's not like... Wootsicle might want to consider that for swearing. Anyway. Banelings are going to crash into the Archons and Immortals. Actually, Dark splits it up, getting a lot of the Zelly boys and stuff. And as decent of the Protoss army was, there's just too much Dark. Better upgrades. Ling's able to come in and flood. And that is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, the war prism goes down.